Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Be Perfectly Blended. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. And if you're new, thanks so much for clicking on. In today's video, I've got a couple of larger chores that I want to tackle. But first, we're going to go ahead and fill up the sink with some warm water, Dawn dish soap, and a splash of bleach. That is not easy to say. And fill the sink up and let my dishes soak while I go ahead and tackle some of these larger chores that I want to get done around my home. Actually, as you saw in the beginning of the video, the very first thing I did today after I dropped my son off at school was go straight to the nail salon and get my nails done. I was there bright and early, first one there, bing, bang, boom, in and out. Now that the dishes are soaking and the sink is all cleaned out, we'll go ahead and get ready to move on to the bigger chores. Thanks so much for joining me. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Be Perfectly Blended. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. And if you're new, thanks so much for clicking on. In today's video, I've got some motivation getting you ready for Easter or really any holiday. I kind of call this my holiday schedule, but really what it is before major holidays, there's certain cleanings I like to do. One of them is my carpets and the other one is cleaning my stove. So in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and tackle both. It is morning. I first went and got my nails done bright and early. As soon as the salon opened, I was the first customer. And I was in and out within 45 minutes, which was nice. All I had to do is get a manicure. So it is kind of different that I got my nails done right before I'm about to do some serious cleaning. But really, it's the only time I have for both. I do not have my grandson right now, and everyone is out of the house. And as you know, when you clean your oven, you're using certain chemicals. You don't want other people around. And then obviously I cannot take my grandson or, really my youngest son into the nail salon. So since I didn't have either one of them this morning, boom, jumped up, got that done, and now it's time to clean. So I'm gonna go ahead, you saw me put the dishes there, they're soaking. I'm gonna start with the bathroom and just give it a nice, good, clean up, wipe down, scrub down. But first, I'm gonna spray my oven so that can sit and do what it's supposed to do, kind of get all the gunk loose and stuff before I go ahead and wipe it off. So I'm gonna spray that, run to my bathroom, clean that up real quick, and then come back and finish my oven. Now, real quick before I get started, this is what I'm using. I've used this one time before. I actually ordered it right before either Thanksgiving or Christmas and used it then. I just got it from Amazon. I saw that it had a pretty good rating. I follow the back where I just preheat the oven a little bit. That's warm already. And then I spray. You let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll run in and clean. My main bathroom is really pretty small, so it shouldn't take long. Get that clean, come back and wipe this out. But let's go. Once I get it all sprayed down, I'm going to go ahead and close the oven and let it sit for, I think it's like 10 to 15 minutes and do its thing while I run to the bathroom and get that cleaned up. As I go down the hallway, you will see right here my son's stuff outside the door. I'm starting to just set stuff outside, and then the expectation is he brings it in his room and puts it where it needs to be versus me. Now that I'm in the bathroom, I'm just going to remove everything out and go ahead and spray down the shower and let that sit for a minute. And then I'll come over, spray the toilet, and then let that sit for a minute and go back into the bathtub shower and give it a good scrub. Now that the tub and shower's all scrubbed out, I'll go ahead and give it a good rinse and then move on to cleaning the toilet. Next, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my sink and countertop and get that all cleaned up and wiped down. Finally, I'll go ahead and finish up by cleaning the mirror real quick. And then I spray my floor and I kind of just wipe down the floor and wipe my way right on out of the bathroom. And there we have it, a nice, fresh, clean bathroom. And now I'm going to go back and check on the oven. Here, I'm just scrubbing out my oven, getting the sides, trying to get off all the grease and stuck on grime best I can. While it is hard work scrubbing out the oven, it is super, super satisfying. So once I kind of scrubbed everything, this is what it was looking like. And then look at this as I wipe it. It's just like so satisfying. Well, here it is. And overall, I'm pleased. I am not sure what these are. I think I'm going to have to take a scraper. But as far as the grease and everything else, it's looking pretty good. And here's the rag from the oven. Yum. Not to mention that we'll be throwing away. Now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my stovetop. I'm going to start by spraying it with Spick and Span and just giving it a good wipe down just to get off any grease and things like that that are kind of just stuck on before I go ahead and clean the stovetop. So let me say this, while I was satisfied with how the top looked because I know I'm pretty rough on my stovetop, I found another cleaner later, which I will show in an upcoming video. And I did my the top of my stove with that and it knocked it out the ballpark. All right, that is done. While I was pleased with how shiny the top is, you'll see here that there were parts that just didn't come clean. With this new cleaner that I got, I'm going to put a picture in. It just made such a difference. It looks so nice. We'll move on to our cabinets. All right, I will start with cleaning my cabinets by spraying some Spick and Span or antibacterial type of cleaner, disinfectant, and wipe them down. It kind of helps not only just to disinfect, but also kind of get off any excess grease or dust or anything like that. And then I will go back in with like a cleaner that's more like a shine conditioner that you'll see and wipe down my cabinets and finish them up. Now that the cabinets are wiped down, I'm going to go ahead and just wipe down the counter real quick. This is my Gigi cup. Just in case, anything fell down or got knocked down as I was cleaning the cupboards. So I'll go ahead and just wipe down the countertops real fast. At this point, I just began to kind of wipe everything else down that needed to be wiped down. So I went on into the dining room and wiped down the table and the chairs, and then on to my wood furniture and my entertainment center. Go ahead and get everything wiped down there. And then I'll go ahead and vacuum. Once I was done vacuuming, it's pretty much time for my family to come home, my son home from school, my husband will be home from work, and then I will go ahead and do the evening activities and cook and all that. And then tonight, once everybody is in bed, I will go ahead and shampoo my carpets. That way they have time to dry before morning. All right, now that everybody's in bed, I'm going to go ahead and shampoo the carpets so that it'll have time to dry before everybody wakes up. I use a combination of carpet cleaner that is intended for pets along with Downy, and I combined it with very warm water and get to shampooing the carpets. I do get my carpets professionally cleaned probably about 3 times a year, but I do love to use this machine in between to freshen up the carpet, or of course if there's an accident or a spill. My mom actually got this machine for me about 2 years ago, and I like it because not only does it do a good job in my opinion, but it's easy to clean and get rid of the yucky water. But it's also very lightweight, so it's just easy for me to maneuver and move up and down the stairs. And now, here comes the grossest, if that's a word, yet most satisfying part of cleaning your carpets. And here's what my carpets are looking like. Nice and fresh. It smells so good in here right now. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, get myself to bed. So I'm going to close out this video. Thanks so much for coming along with me today while I got all my major chores done. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one.